Pen and Dimension, you will meet a very special Minneapolis teacher devoted to restoring hope to young people.
In a world of people who talk the talk, this is a man who has for 3 decades quietly, humbly, tirelessly walked the walk. He's legitimately changing lives, the lives of these kids. He really believes in what he's doing, and he's making a difference.
See how Alan Law is working to make the world a better place for us all.
Well, tonight in Dimension, we meet a Minneapolis teacher who has definitely figured out his role. He's Mr. Law to the kids. He's given 90,000 hours of his own time, and he is a true inspiration.
Mr. Law, my sister coming, okay?
Bring a note from home and I'll take you someplace tomorrow. Friday, we'll do something special then for your birthday, okay? Sit down, let's go. You behave tomorrow, you go.
Every day, kids clamor to climb on board Alan Law's minivan for an afternoon outing.
All set? Bring a note, I'll take you Thursday.
Mr. Law, where's the cameraman gonna sit?
I don't know.
The Anderson Elementary teacher's been taking young people out of their inner-city neighborhoods for 31 years now. This day, it's to McDonald's and the Mall of America.
They're good people. 1, walk right to McDonald's and be careful. 2, 3.
This is a daily ritual for Law. That's right, every single day he takes about 20 boys and girls somewhere. Maybe the lake for a boat ride, maybe the zoo, anywhere to broaden their horizon.
You've been eating too many hamburgers. You know, I really care for people, and I realize that a lot of the young people I work with now have a lot of disadvantages, and I want them to experience something better than just this neighborhood.
And for 29 of those years, every dime he spent on the kids came out of his own pocket.
That's right. 11 number ones, 3 Happy Meals cheese, 1 orange, half Coke, half Sprite, whatever. And I'll take 1 large fry for myself.
His time, his money, all given quietly, never seeking the spotlight.
Come and get your food.
For most of us, getting through a day with a couple of kids is hard enough, so why does he take on so much?
Who did not get food? The most important thing in my life has always been to make other people happy. And it sounds crazy, but it's always been that way.
And it's easy to see the kids he helps are happy when they're around him.
It's all right. You behaving?
And Law goes beyond fun and fast food.
Hey, too noisy. Thank you.
He disciplines and leads by example.
And I don't believe in just giving. I mean, you give, but then you teach the kids that works at home with the parents too. I've helped you, now you help yourself. Don't spill that stuff, let's go.
Alan Law meets those parents as he drives the streets in his van. The single 53-year-old visits Minneapolis neighborhoods every single night. The kids are his family.
Sometimes in 12:30 and 1 o'clock in the morning, I ask myself, am I crazy? I'm tired, I've got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, but I know there's 2 or 3 more homes I have to stop by where mom wasn't home earlier, or where there's lack of food or something. It gives the kids some hope.
Just ask Dennis Massey. He works at the Hilton Hotel now. He met Mr. Law when he was about 16 years old, living in North Minneapolis.
I think the biggest thing that Mr. Law gave me, out of all the things he's done for me, is hope. He's given me hope. He's given me an ideal that there is something out there better, and that, you know, even if you get knocked down, get back up and you'll continue to go on.
And these kids face a lot of bumps in their young lives. This is the first time most of them have gone on rides at the Mall of America. Many have no fathers in the home. Some live with aunts or grandmothers. But Law teaches them to rise above their troubles.
If I see kids messing up, no. I won't accept it, because rich or poor or whatever, there's no excuse for this.
A lesson not lost on his 6th grade students.
He brought my grades up, helped me be a better person, because before I was in his class, I never came to school, and after I got in his class, I just changed.
He taught me how to act more mature instead of like a kid. He's a role model.
And Alan Law, the role model, the teacher, is responsible for these smiles. Life may not be easy, but for a few hours, the kids do nothing but enjoy themselves.
Funnest thing we done, we got on rides. We got pop, we got Coca-Cola.
And what do they give him in return?
I guess show him respect, show other people respect, and just do good all around. Stay out of trouble in his class and out of school.
Mr. Law does good. One problem, he can't afford to pay for his program anymore with his own money, so he started a nonprofit organization. It's called Minneapolis Recreation Development. And if you'd like, you can send a tax-deductible contribution to 7200 York Avenue South, number 307, Edina, Minnesota, 55435. You can also call 612-831-8829. Law and his co-workers get no salary, so any money that you send goes right to the kids.
From the Hilton, Minneapolis, the 16th annual 11 Who Care Awards. Your hosts for tonight's program are Paul Majors and Diana Pierce.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 16th annual 11 Who Care Awards program. This is a one-of-a-kind opportunity to recognize 11 of the finest volunteers in our community.
Now, we do it live so you can meet them personally and be part of the celebration. The winners tonight might be your neighbors or friends of yours. They are people who go about their business, never expecting thanks for what they do.
You'll want to stay with us for the next hour. We have stories about wonder dogs, super kids, and even a dedicated truck driver. Our next winner has been a beacon of hope to hundreds, maybe even thousands of kids on the streets. Here is Alan Law, escorted by Renee Tespet.
How many want a pop? You guys want a pop? When you get home, open your refrigerator. I hope you find one. Yeah.
Spend just a little time around Alan Law and you find out a few things. He's known for a sense of humor.
Hey, that's enough of that. You're lucky you're not over here. The camera would break.
He's firm when he has to be.
Wait a second. Excuse me. Get back there. I'm going to throw it to one of you.
But most of all, people love him for his generosity of time, money, and self.
He'll go around giving people on the streets food to help them out up in their family, get them clothes and take kids places. Well, Mr. Law gives respect, but he also wants respect.
For 32 years, Alan Law has taught in Minneapolis schools. He wants his students to know he cares and believes in their success.
And it doesn't make any difference if you're rich or poor anyway. It doesn't make any difference. Hey, be cool. It doesn't make any difference because if the kids work hard and they're good people, and I mean good people, treat people with respect, they're gonna have a good life.
Mr. Law, as he's known to kids and adults alike, puts in 10 or more hours a day helping people. That's after he puts in a full day in the classroom. He's retiring from teaching this year, but isn't slowing down at all.
The truth is I'm retiring to get my pension to put into my program.
What's up, man? Hey, Mr. Law.
Mr. Law's red van is well known in Minneapolis. He piles as many kids as he can into it and makes sure they get opportunities they wouldn't normally get. Boating on a Minnesota lake, roller skating, Valley Fair, or the zoo. He also shows them by example what it means to give back. Several days a week, Mr. Law can be found in a park across from 2 Minneapolis homeless shelters, handing out food to families and toys to kids.
Take one. There's the truck.
At 7 on a Friday night, Mr. Law arrives at the Roller Garden in St. Louis Park with a van full of kids. He's working with at least 600 kids right now.
Well, I wouldn't really change anything, except I feel bad that I haven't been able to help even more.
Roxanne Battle is in the audience right now with Dennis Massey. Rox?
That's right. Dennis first met Alan, what, 27 years ago?
Correct.
What can you tell us about him?
He's a role model. He's a teacher. He's a mentor. He's everything. He's meant everything to me. I think the big thing about Mr. Law is that he truly cares about people, and he's made me more care about people. He's definitely a person that I respect, and the people in the community that he touches definitely respect him too.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you very much. Back to you, Paul.
Congratulations, Mr. Law.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you. Now, Dennis, I have your $1,100 award for Minneapolis Recreation Development. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you. I want to thank the 11 Who Care Board of Governors for this award. I also want to thank Dennis Massey for nominating me. I'm pleased that my parents, my 3 brothers and their families are here tonight. I also brought 5 young people with me. I wanted to bring 400 or 500. I wasn't able to do that. I especially want to give thanks to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for giving me the love and compassion that I have for people. The most important thing in my life is to bring happiness to other people. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Corbin Burnson. Right now on another channel, in the morning paper, you can find plenty of news about what's wrong in the world. But too often we don't hear about what's right, how people are fighting back against problems in their communities and making a difference. The everyday heroes who put the good in being a good neighbor. Well, in the next half hour, you're going to meet some extraordinary good neighbors. They're the winners of this year's Jefferson Award, an award presented by the American Institute for Public Service. It's given to folks who demonstrated excellence in making their communities a better place to live. In other words, they are real local heroes. Take our first story, for example. It takes place on the streets of Minneapolis, in a part of the city where being hungry isn't just the way you feel when it's time to eat. It's a hunger that hurts. A place where being homeless is a way of life for too many people, where poverty erases hope for too many kids. Minneapolis has mean streets like that. Fortunately, Minneapolis also has a man named Alan Law. Every day, every night, Alan Law spreads the word. Love one another. The message is painted on the side of the van that he drives, lending a helping hand to people in need, especially the children, giving away food, clothing, medical supplies, organizing outings for the kids, dispensing friendly advice and lessons on life. For more than 30 years, Alan Law has done it all for free. So much so it's earned him a nickname, Father Teresa on Wheels. But to the kids, he's just Mr. Law.
Well, these kids are in poverty, and a lot of things have happened in their lives have been real negative, that someone truly does care about them, and that I care for them whatever they do, and that if they care about themselves, if they grow up, they're honest, they work hard, they're going to end up with a good life.
Through an after-school recreation program that he started in the late 60s, Alan Law estimates that he's volunteered more than 100,000 hours of his time and given away more than $450,000 of his own money. He's given away so much that when he retired as a school teacher a few years ago, his savings were gone. He was broke. So he did the only thing that made sense to him. He set up his program as a tax-free, non-profit organization and kept giving.
It sounds crazy, but we all have a purpose in life, and I'm not an over-religious person. I am a Christian, and I definitely believe, I really believe that I'm on this earth to serve people. And I don't preach to people, it's by example. And so I really believe that this is what I have to do 18 hours a day the rest of my life.
Alan Law estimates that he's worked with about 10,000 kids over the years, and that fewer than 10 have gotten into trouble with the police. Most, he believes, are like Dennis Massey. They take the lessons they learn from him and put them to work.
He's given me the belief in myself. Without him there, it would be a big difference, and it wouldn't be a good difference. He makes a big difference in a good way with the community. He's a person that takes kids and make them believe in themselves. He takes them out of their world and brings them into a different world.
For Alan Law, the work goes on. He hasn't had a day off in over 30 years, and he isn't planning on taking one soon. There are too many kids, too many families, waiting for a glimpse of his van and a sign of hope.